Have you ever imagined a disease can lock the entire world even during this advanced medical sciences era? I would have laughed loud if someone had told me all these 2 years before. Something unbelievable, something extraordinary. When COVID happened, the brutality of the disease and the fear of infection was in one side. On the other side, many people lost their livelihood. Even feeding their family was a great challenge. In April 2020, few weeks after the lockdown was announced in India, I was buying things in a grocery store where I saw a man who was struggling to choose things to buy with the little money that he had in hand. It was very hard to watch that. So I went close to him. I developed a conversation. And it was sad to hear the hardships that the family was going through. It was very emotional. Then I asked him, "Can I buy some groceries for your family?" He readily accepted. I was also very happy. I bought them some. On another occasion, there was another family who was in similar need. We helped them also. Then we came to know about a group of people who used to be making small fancy items and sell in temple festivals. Lost their livelihood totally because during lockdown, festivals were not allowed. They had no income. They were almost starving. With all we had, we helped them also. Then we started receiving more such requests from needy families and groups, and we could not handle all those requests. Then we thought we may have to approach our friends for help. When we asked, all our friends generously donated. Also, they volunteered. With their support, we were able to provide dry rations to more than 100 families in few weeks. We were all very happy. In May 2020, I was introduced to another volunteer who was also doing similar things. Actually, he doesn't live very far from this college, a place called Nandambakam. And though we have not met in person, we decided to do things together to help people. With this help of him, we were able to reach more than 1,000 people in a short while. And then we met with few other people, and we started collaborating few others and so on. And during that period, this is how our house looked. It was almost like a godown. Not only our houses, many of our volunteers' houses, all of this is how it looked. And when all people came together, in few months, we were able to provide dry rations to more than 12,000 families. It could cater to 2.16 million meals on their plates. We did this in 16 districts in 5 states. Something amazing, right? In September 2020, when the government started relaxing the lockdown, not all the people who lost their job got it back, especially people who were going for daily wage works did not get a job even one day in a week. That is when a single mother approached us to help her start a small roadside snack stall so that she can take care of the family. It sounded like a great idea because it's always better to teach them how to fish rather than providing them fish, right? Then with an investment of 5,000, we started a small snack stall for her. And also we mentored her for 10 weeks to make sure that she runs the business successfully and profitably. To our surprise, she started making money from the first week. She was very happy. So as we. Then she brought one of her friends who was also in a similar need, and she was also willing to start a business. Then we started a business for her too. Then the list started growing. We started, this is the snack stall. And the business started growing. We started a flower shop for a mother. We started a snack stall, another snack stall for a transgender. We started a cloth business for a differently abled person, and a fish stall to another mother, a differently abled person, a roadside stall, and so on. That is when we got introduced to another set of volunteers who were volunteering among commercial sex workers in Mumbai. Sisters from the red light area were one of the mostly affected people because of the lockdown. They even were struggling to get one meal a day. Because of that, they were willing to come out and start trying different livelihoods. So we asked them, can we start some business for them? Many said yes. Then we started several businesses for them also. So far, we have started 148 such businesses for various people. Most of the businesses are still running successfully, even they have grown bigger. In the last 1 year, like this, through various of our initiatives, we've reached or we helped more than 120,000 people. More importantly, all the people who supported us are our friends of friends, and our family members. All of us have full-time job to work. We did this in our extra time, in weekends and in the evenings. During all these experiences, we've learned few important lessons for our life. I wanted to share those with you. These are the shop that we started for the family members. And there are some statistics here that what all we did, because it was 10 different projects. Okay. The first fantastic lesson that we learned was there was an invisible connection between all the work that we did in the last year. It all began with helping that one man I met in the grocery store. If only I was not stopped and helped him, all this mammoth work would not have been possible. There was a beginning point, and there was another point. Only we going to the second point, we were able to see the third point, then followed by several others. Now when we connect all these dots, it's a big, beautiful picture. So don't hesitate to begin. You will never know where that can lead to. The second important lesson that we learned was to trust people. Throughout the last year, we totally trusted people. People totally trusted us. Otherwise, this work would not have been possible. They trusted our intention, we trusted each other's intention, and we trusted each other's actions. The culture of trust increased the honesty and accountability. So choose to trust people. And the third important lesson that we learned was, when you have a real need and the right intention to help, lack of money, lack of resources, or even lack of ideas will never be a showstopper. When the so-called migrant workers issue was on the peak, my wife Preethi and I, we used to go around in the street to see if we can help someone. On a particular day evening, we saw a group of young men stationed at a roadside. And we stopped to inquire of them. We did not understand each other's language. So we were using all our dumbcherad skills to communicate with them and understand what they need. As we were doing this, there was a police patrol. And they came and they asked all these men to leave that place immediately or move on to other place. Then Preethi and I, we went to the police officer and asked for some time so that we can help them accommodate somewhere. They graciously agreed. Then we started calling all our contacts to make sure we can help them somehow. But nothing worked out. We called all the camps, nowhere they were willing to admit them. Few hours went by, it was almost 11 p.m. in the night. Still we were figuring out. Then the police patrol came again, and this time it was a command from the police officer that Preethi and I leave that place immediately so that they can chase all the others away. We had no choice, so we were prepared to leave. And we wanted to turn back and tell sorry to these boys because they trusted us and we cannot help them. Then the way they looked at us was unforgettable. Those eyes literally spoke to us. It pleaded us not to leave and help somehow. We thought for a while and we chose to stay back. And we gathered our guts and went back to the police officer and asked for some more time. Hesitantly, he also agreed. Again, we started calling few others. But luckily, this time, we were able to get through to a joint commissioner who was in charge of that issue. And he helped us accommodate all of them in a government-run camp. We were literally jumping with joy on the mid of the street on the midnight. That was the joy level. So don't worry, even if you don't have a solution for a problem that is there, you keep doing what you could. Everything else will reach you at the right time. And the final, very important lesson that we learned was, we are here in this world to make difference in people's life. If not we, who? If not now, when? Extraordinary times like this pandemic needs extraordinary response. But the good news is that you and I as an ordinary people can achieve this extraordinary with our ordinary actions. It all begins with us. Yes, you can be also that beginning point to make this world a better place to live for you and for me and for everyone in this world. Thank you.